Hi guys, welcome to another video. All right, so we have been doing some series on SBAs and they have been going well. I've been getting feedbacks from my students and also from my colleagues, and I thank all of you. I will not call any name. Thank you so much. It is so much work to get up and put on makeup, a little makeup, and to prepare yourself for these videos. So welcome back guys, welcome back. And it's another video. This video though is not about SBAs. This video will be about tips on how to do or to complete a successful exam paper. So stay tuned. We will be talking about how can I complete a successful exam, a successful CSEC exam paper. All right, so many of you would have already started CSEC exams. Some of you have not yet started. That's okay. Today we'll be looking at some of the tips that we can use. Now we know because of COVID-19 that the CSEC body has decided that they were going to eliminate paper 2 for most of the subjects. I don't know if it's all, but most of the subjects. For social studies, I know it is paper 1. And so students are even more nervous because even though the answer is on the paper, if you do not select the correct answer, then you know that there's a possibility of getting a low grade or failing altogether. So know that we are here. We know that it is a paper 1. Some persons are nervous, some persons are anxious, because the truth is some students do better at a paper 2 than a paper 1, and that is just the truth. So I am going to be bringing you through some steps, my own little steps that I've created to assist you to get a better grade at when you are doing the exam or during the process of the examination. Okay, so we're going to start with the don'ts. What is it you should not do before the exam? So do not try these before you complete a paper 1 exam. First thing you need to know, paper 1 exam is the multiple choice paper, and for most subject it lasts 1 hour 15 minutes, and that's a small period of time to complete 60 questions. For CSEC it is 60, for CAPE it is 45. All right, so what are the don'ts? Number 1, and these are my don'ts. Number 1, do not turn up to the examination late. That's a no-no. Do not turn up to your exam late. You don't want to do that. Many students try to push information into their brains the night before, and so they turn up to the examination late. Do not do that. Do not study the morning of the exam. I always tell my students, what you did not study prior to the exam will not just half a sudden become crumbed up in your brain the morning of the exam. So do as much study before. As a matter of fact, for some persons, if you study the day before the exam, you develop what we call content clutter, having too much information in your brain being processed at the same time, and then when you go into the exam you go blank. And I've seen it happen to so many students, and they come out of the exam room and you're hoping for good results, and you said, how was the exam? And said, miss, me not understand, when me go in there me just get blank. And then you just know as a teacher that this child was trying to push too much information in his or her head the night before the exam or the morning of. So try to study prior to the exam, not the morning of. Not a good idea. Do not go to the exam with an empty stomach. Some students decide that they will wake up late and they will throw on a uniform and our clothes, whatever, you might be a high school student or you might be an adult, and just turn up to the exam with your belly growling, belly empty, confused, if it's even a cup of tea and some crackers or slice of bread, have something to fill your stomach. You don't want to have an empty stomach while doing an exam, okay? Next, do not leave your ID or your timetable. Let me repeat. Do not leave your identification. Do not leave your identification or your timetable. Do not leave your identification or your ID or your timetable on the morning of the exam. You need both of them. I've seen teachers have to be running around on the morning of the exam trying to get these things for students. I remember a student mother calling me from overseas the morning of the exam and said, "Miss, the father gonna work, the house lock up the boy and no key, and he left his timetable." So please pack the night before. Well, that's a do, and I'm going to get to that. Pack the night before so you don't leave these things. Your pen, your pencil, your school ID or your national ID, your passport. I'm not sure if they use passport, but any identification that the school told you to bring, and your timetable. Please do not leave those. Next, do not try to cheat. Do not try to cheat on the exam. It's a no-no. Do not try. You might just get caught and be thrown out. Not every puss and dog have the same look. Alright? So do not try to cheat. Next, do not sit at a window or door if you are easily distracted. Again, do not sit at a window or door if you are easily distracted. You have some students who are easily distracted. Do not sit at a window or door because distractions in the room are more likely to be less than distractions that are outside. I've seen it. Students in exam is going on, and them yeah the outer door, them fast pan everything else. So do not sit at a window or door if you're easily distracted. So those are the don'ts for sitting an exam. Those are my don'ts that you should not be doing. Next, I'll be giving you the do's. So now that you know the don'ts, you might be wondering, then what is it I should be doing before an exam? It is very simple and it is very easy. It's nothing hard. Right now you are nervous. The world is against you. Mommy, daddy, your guardians, your uncle, your aunts, your cousins, your older brothers and sisters, your neighbors, your church members, your teachers, your principal. Everybody is looking to just little bit of you to get a good grade on this exam. Your mother is already boasting, or your father saying that, well, my child is going to get all ones, and I feel the pressure and I feel the tension. Some of you are doing up to 10 subjects, some of you are just doing 3, but it seems like so much. Some of you are just doing your first exam. It doesn't matter. I say to students, if it's even 1, it matters. So take your time to do it properly. So what are the do's? The do's are: get a good night's sleep. The night before an exam is not the night that you should be on WhatsApp. It's not the night that you should be on Instagram or Facebook. It's the night that you should be sleeping. As a matter of fact, you should be at sleep by 7 p.m. before the exam. Set your alarm to get up early. If you are a believer in any type of religion, you can have your devotion either with your family or by yourself. Ask God for guidance to bring back to your memory everything that you were taught. All right, so get a good night's sleep. Secondly, pack your bag the night before. Pack your bag the night before. And the reason why I'm saying this is because persons wait until the morning to push everything in the bag, and then you forget a pen, forget a pencil, forget your ID, forget your timetable. You don't want to forget anything, so pack your bag from the night before. Next, calm yourself down. Do some breathing exercise. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Close your eyes, inhale through your nose, Exhale through your mouth. Relax yourself. Relax your shoulder. Do some shoulder rolls. Do just to get your body relaxed. You don't want to go into an exam very tense or, feeling stressed or overwhelmed. In most cases, students underperform. And in some cases, some students do perform. But you know yourself, under stress, you don't work well, then you need to relax. Relax. Inhale, exhale. If you need to ask for a moment just to go outside and breathe, breathe. I've known of students who develop anxiety disorder during exams. So go to the exam with a calm mindset, okay? Next tip is listen carefully to the invigilators. The invigilators are there to guide you. They are like your facilitators for the day. They are your facilitators for each exam, and they are there. Ensure that you're very respectful ensure that you're very respectful to them and listen to the instructions that they're giving you. Do not distract yourself or blur them out. Try to listen to the instructions so that you don't get left behind. All right. Another do. Read the questions carefully on the exam paper. Read the instructions and read the questions carefully. A lot of students fail because they read the first line or the first two words of the question and they just assume what the question is asking and they just circle an answer. Read the questions carefully. And while I'm on that, while you're reading the questions carefully, observe bold words such as do not, bold words such as least, bold words such as mainly, bold words such as most. Some students get the questions wrong because they do not look out for these words. They overlook them even though they're in bold and they're big and they're broad. Some students still overlook them. So I'm just going to give you show you on an exam paper a bold question or a question with a bold word on it. So this question right here, this is the question we're focusing on. You see the not, would not, big ol' N-O-T, right? So that is what I'm saying to you. Look for the bold word, the bolded word on the paper, and then you will know which. Sometimes you read the question and you say, but the answer to the thing is that you did not read the question carefully. So read the questions carefully. Next, pace yourself. Do pace yourself. If you don't pace yourself, the time will be up and you will be at question 30 still. Pace yourself. Remember, you get 1 hour 15 minutes. I tell my students that they get 1 hour to answer each question. 1 minute, sorry. I tell my students they get 1 minute to answer each question. That's how serious it is. So I tell them pace yourself so that you will complete the paper before the end of the time. All right? Remain focused during the exam. Do not get distracted. Remain focused. Know what you're doing. Read the question and remember what you're there to do. Complete your exam. If you are unsure of the answer for a question, maybe you did not study that section of the syllabus or the content carefully, and you are reading the question over and over, you're not sure. Eliminate. You would have had some basic idea of the content. So eliminate the options that could not be. We call them in education, we call them the distractors. Eliminate the distractors. There are always two very good distractors. The two very good distractors are the ones that could be the answer. So you see them as distractors because you don't know yet which one is the answer. And the other two distractors are weak distractors. You look at them and you say, no, this could never be the answer. But then you look at the other two and you said one of these are the answers, one of these are the distractors. Let me give you an example. So I'm using a paper that we have. and I'm folding it so that you know which question we're talking about. I don't want you to get distracted, so please bear with me. So it says common law union are also called, so distractor number 1, legal union. Distractor number 2, I'm not seeing, what is this? Visiting unions. Distractor D, extra residence union. Now these are the distractors and this is the answer. Legal union and consensual union might just be the two closest to what you might think is the answer. So if you have these two, then you just have to select one. You select the best one. All right, the best one. So that is those are the tips I have for you today. Read the question carefully. There are always distractors. Eliminate the ones that could not be. You just look on them and say, I can't that one here. You know not to do the question. And then the last two, there are always two last answers that you look at and you say, it must be one of them here. Just choose the best one. That's the best thing you can do in the exam, all right? Well, that's it for today, guys. That is it for today. I'm sorry, but that is it for today for exam tip, how to pass your exam. I am your host, Kimisha Small, and I will see you in the next video. We will be continuing on SBA, and so good luck, all the best in your exam. I think the social studies exam is June 21st, I'm not sure, but good luck, all the best, and I wish that everybody could pass. We know that we're going to have, everybody could pass, you know, we're going to have some failures, we're going to have some very good grades, and some 3, some 2, some 1, all right? So bye-bye. Share, like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.